What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the Destiny and Rogue 2-pack. That's right, let's see what we've got going on. Let's check it out. That's one ugly. As promised, today we'll be taking a look at the Rogue and Destiny 2-pack. Let's see what we've got going on. Taking a look at the package, of course, from the time of the announcement, we knew this one looked pretty empty, right? And it delivers there. We've got two figures, we've got two sets of hands for each. Nothing else, no effects, no extra heads. That's what you get. Marvel's Rogue, Marvel's Destiny, under the X-Men banner. There's your logo at the top. Flip it to the side, some pretty good imagery there. Flip it to the back, there's your expanded image, your important information down here. There's your blurb. A mutant with powers she cannot yet control, Rogue was unofficially adopted by Destiny and Mystique and joined them in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. You know it, you love it. Flip it to this side, that's what you got. Let's get them out of the box. Fresh out of the pack. As I said, you knew what you were getting when you ordered this, so there's only so much you can really complain about if you went down the road to purchase this pack like I did. What I really think would have elevated this for me and justified the price point to the full extent is just some new power effect pieces, right? That's just something that takes it a little bit further. I don't need to get a ton of stuff. There's always the argument of extra heads. The counter to that is I have tons and tons of extra heads that just sit in bins, right? So as long as the expressions are good, that's fine. In reality, the only figure I super care about in this pack is Destiny, so Rogue is just a little bit of extra that I didn't personally need. For those of you who are looking for this Rogue and want this Rogue, that's great. I'm happy for you. It's a nice looking figure. Of course, we'll take a closer look. But the Destiny is the bread and butter of this 2-pack. Let's take a closer look. Taking a closer look at Rogue, we can get a good look at this face sculpt. Now, while I don't personally need this Rogue and she's not going to find a place in my display, at least at this time, I gotta say I like the face sculpt though. That expression, that smirk, it's a nice looking expression, so I like how they went with that. Again, it's not really for me, but if you are going to be displaying this, I think she'll look good on the shelf. For your hands, you do get your set of fists, and you get your set of open hands. For your articulation, you're not going to get much from the head. She'll look down to about there, only up to about there. You can certainly move the head around and get plenty of rock. She is on that dumbbell. You can see there. So that certainly limits your articulation for the head. Arms will move all the way around, up and out to only about there. Upper bicep cut, double jointed, pinless at the elbow. Forearm, nope, and then your hinge at the wrist. Nothing at the upper part of the diaphragm, but you do have that lower hip swivel down there. So you're not like on the just regular hip swivel. You do have a little bit more going on with the bell in there as well. Leg kicks up and out to there, back to there, out to there, upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless at the knee, nothing at the boot, and then hinge and swivel at the ankle. For comparison, here she is backed up against another Rogue. So we've got the Pyro 2-pack Rogue here, roughly the same height. The new one takes the slight advantage, so you can get an idea of how she might mix in. So that's one Rogue, and here's another Rogue. So we've got her backed up against the Outback X-Men Rogue here. The Outback version taking the height advantage. That hair really elevates her height though. So kind of the same body use here, right? Maybe different torso situation, but a lot of the same pieces, so same idea. And here she is backed up against the best Rogue of all time. That's right, this beautiful figure. It just stands magnificent on any display. If you don't have it, it is... I'm just kidding, that's one ugly. Let's move it over to Destiny, the reason why we're here, right? A figure a lot of us have been waiting a long time for, so it does feel a little trapped in this 2-pack, but still, I am ever so happy to finally get Destiny into the Brotherhood and looking forward to how she goes on the shelf. Face sculpt looks good. I mean, you've got the gold in there. Everything looks nice and clean. That dome is doming. We've got some good wash on the back of the cape here. Gives it a nice little low light to that blue. Other than that, though, not a whole lot of detail. The skin is painted on, so potential issues down the road. But it does the job. It looks good. I'm excited for this one. For your hands, you do get your open set of hands, and you get your set of fists. For your articulation, the head will look down to there. Chin does touch the top of the chest there, bottom of the neck, all the way back to there. So plenty of angle. You are on that hinge at the neck there, which gives you plenty of rotation and movement, whichever way you plan on going. The cape's going to limit you a little bit for your arms. You can see it is all molded together, so it is a single piece. So you will not be able to easily remove this. I'm not sure why you would want to, but just in case you were wondering, arm will go up to about there, and then you're stopped by the cape. You're going to go back to about there, and then again stopped by the cape. So that is certainly a limiting factor. You do have an upper bicep cut. You are double jointed, pinless at the elbow. Hinge at the wrist, upper torso, nothing at the lower portion of the torso. Leg kicks out to there, back to there, up and out to there. Upper thigh cut, double jointed, pinless at the knee, nothing at the boot, hinge and swivel at the ankle. For comparison, here she is backed up against our deluxe Black Widow, a body mold that you wish every female figure was on for obvious reasons. It's just got all of the articulation, but height-wise, Destiny, of course, takes the cake. That headpiece will really elevate her height in most areas. And here she is backed up against your brown suit Wolverine, the retro carded version, but a body mold we've seen on several Wolverines. Gives you the idea, Wolverine is a smaller stature character. Destiny definitely taking height there. Alright folks, well there you have it. There is your Rogue and Destiny 2-pack. All in all, it is a decent 2-pack. Perfectly fine. Would have loved to have seen some additional items in the packaging, specifically some accessory pieces, right? I do feel like that's fair to ask in a pack like this. We've got two fairly basic figures for their articulation. The hands are the same for both, so both sets of hands are exactly the same. 2 fists, 2 open hands, same hands all around, right? So plenty of possibility for some additional items in there. Potentially, this could have even been a 3-pack with Mystique in there. But then that begs the question, are they just locking additional characters in and adding some that some of us just don't really need at this point? There's not a whole lot of winning to do with this, right? Destiny as a single release, sure. But somebody out there wants this Rogue, and that's for them. So I have no qualms with that, right? It's just a personal preference for me. That Rogue has nowhere in my display. Doesn't mean she doesn't have a place down the road. Unfortunately, that's just how this thing goes, right? It's just an avalanche of not now, but when for them making it into the display. So if you feel me, let me know. But that's just how that goes. That's a lot to say that it's a decent pack, so I'm happy with it because I'm getting Destiny. Is this a pack you probably need to run out for? Absolutely not. It will probably go on sale. There are a lot of people who are waiting because they didn't want to pay full price for what you got in this pack, and that's absolutely understandable. So if you're playing the long game, I think you'll be okay on this one. That's the 2 cents, folks. Hopefully you got something out of it. I do appreciate you checking out the video, staying this long if you have. Of course, you can always find me on any of these socials down here. Most importantly, though, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. And until next time, take it easy.